Okay, I am live. Okay, so this is the second attempt at the uh, live stream. It did lock up the last time on me. So, what I am planning on doing is uh, testing out how these multi digit 8 segment displays work and these uh, 8 by 8 matrix. So, with this, with the 8 by 8 matrix, let me open up one of these, is that there are, uh, and let me open this up so I don't damage the pins. And almost all of these, the pins are very sensitive. So let me get this. So, okay. So as you can see, there's two sets of pins. One is the anode side and one is the cathode side. Now, the only I've looked, I got these off of AliExpress. Not much documentation. I looked for similar ones. So I grabbed my multimeter and it does have an LED function or a diode function. So if I was to take each of these and I would connect the negative side to one side and the positive side to the other, as you can see, different different segments are lighting up depending on where I'm touching. And that's part of the and if I was to change which pins the negative side. So this would be the cathode side. This would, and I flipped it around so I don't know. So one end would be the cathode side and one side would be the anode side. So with that, I already determined that this is the cathode side, this is the anode side. To get it to fit so I can get to all ends of the breadboard, I did have to put two breadboards together with only one rail in between, but that is just so we can connect things. So now on with these displays, it's a similar concept. So I believe the side with the fewer pins is the anode side, and trying to do this on camera is not the easiest. Yeah, so that's so this is the anode side, or maybe that's just a single anode. It's having it work a second ago. Okay. So either way, um, we'll play with that. So I will plug that into the breadboard. So an interesting thing, if you saw the last live stream that I did, which no one was watching when I uh started. I think I had one watching. The um display on YouTube Studio is actually reversed. So anybody who watched that was wondering what I was talking about. For some reason, YouTube Studio reverses what I'm looking at. So that would make sense if this was a typical blog style thing and I'm talking to the camera. But while I'm trying to do stuff on my my desk here, that does not work out well. Okay, so I'm going to start with the 8 segment or the 8 by 8 matrix. So I believe these are 300 ohm resistors. I am horrible at determining the voltage. Not that I have difficulty with color. I just can't remember the charts and I don't feel like pulling it up. And I have my multimeter out right now. So let's just go measure these. And these are 3 megohm. That is not what I need. Okay, so I will put these aside. What do I have here? I have some more. Okay, great. And I actually marked these as um 300 ohm and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I would have had 8, that would have been better. But so I am just going to go ahead and connect at least. Okay, I have to pull this out so I can see where the actual pins are. Okay, so that should be the first pin. Okay. And we'll run these all to the negative rail, skipping over this section right now. And I will get this back on camera. And I did find documentation for similar um, items, and they all said to make sure that you run each cathode with its own current limiting resistor. If I recall correctly, I think it actually wanted the anodes with the current limited resistors, but actually, do I have that up right now? Um, yeah. And I'm going through the data sheet. Sorry, just because the way I have this, I can't do a dual display. Okay, this one does not say. The one from King Bright, which this isn't a King Bright one. This again is just from AliExpress. Um, Protection current limiting resistors may be necessary to operate display. LEDs mounted in parallel element should be placed in series with its own current limiting resistor. And it says recommended and not to bind them all together. And they do have them on the uh, cathode side, I mean the anode side. So I don't know. I'm going to leave it on the cathode side. Um, so I was under the impression this was some type of common cathode display, probably because I really didn't read what I was ordering. I was looking for the standard 8-segment displays like these uh, to use with my projects. When I came across these and thought I would give it a try, those need additional circuitry to really work correctly, or they need more pins to work from the either a Raspberry Pi Pico or a Arduino. Now, I do have both, but I am going to hold off on that for right now. This really is more just playing with the matrices and um the 8-segment displays. And let's see, did I get all the pins? Why does that not seem like I got all the... Okay, are these pins not... Okay. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Now let me pull this up. So the number is the cathode side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so I should need one more. Oh, I only put 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I miscounted. Okay, let me see if I can make sure I put this back in. Okay. And this isn't the ideal way because the resistors can still touch on this side. And let me grab one of my other resistors. That may be another 300 ohm. Let me... No, that's a 25K. That won't work. And this would be so much simpler if I was to just pull up the chart, but that's not what really trying to do. Okay, so this live stream has actually gone a lot better than the first one. I think when I was trying to change settings because I was confused about the okay, this is 100K, about the mirroring of the display, which yeah, I don't know why they don't have a setting to reverse that. Yeah, so okay. Most of these are several K ohm resistors. Um, and I may just bite the bullet and just use one of the ones that okay. Might be a 700 ohm, which I am fine with at this point. Yeah, 600 ohm. I'm fine with that. And these ones, these blue ones, seem to have a lot more rigidity to them. They actually plug in nicely. These thinner ones, which were probably great for soldering onto a board, um, just don't seem to work as well. Okay, so from here, I am Going to take some jumper wires and again trying to see where the pins start. Okay. And I am going to either be running these to nothing or to ground or to um, voltage, which for the to put current onto this, I will be using a modified USB cable. I'm going to be taking this barrel connector off because I don't have the female ends of the barrel connector. They are actually in my kit in a car from a project I was doing over the weekend. So I needed some electronic components that I was working on, and I needed my kit that I keep my uh, barrel uh, barrel connectors on. So the other thing I could do is plug it in and use the uh, Raspberry Pi Pico as a basically as a voltage regulator. Um, I am ordering some voltage regulators for the Raspberry Pi Pico project, so I can possibly use it with a 9-volt battery or AA batteries, or even in conjunction with a solar panel. Um, but that's going to be a ways out, and at that point we'll determine the best way to move forward. So how many do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I need 2 more jumpers. Okay. And a lot of times I keep some of my components and my jumper wires just plugged into random breadboards, just so they're easier to grab. Um, if I need a quick LED or again a jumper wire, these are breadboards that I've used for other things. Okay, so from here, we'll need to connect some. Okay, so gonna need to connect. I'm gonna leave this middle rail closed for right now. I'll use it for this one, this display, but for right now, I am gonna just um, see. Actually, does that fit just perfectly? Yep, almost. So maybe I will power up that rail. And do I have another one of those? Okay, I have another one in another box. I have no idea where I got these. I ordered them once upon a time, and they come in different colors. So I have, oh, those are bigger red ones that will go all the way across. That will work. Um, so I can power all the way across, and yeah, a little bit, it's a little bit wider. And then this, yep, this gray one will work to parallel. Okay, so I have both rails. Well, both rails connected together. Now, let me see, do I have my tiny screwdriver set to take this, to take that out? Let me see. Okay. So let's clear off some stuff. I don't think I need the multimeter right now, so I'll put that on my side desk. And let's see if in my multi-tool here, if my screwdriver will be able to, yep, probably just a half turn on each. Okay, positive one, just another half turn. And who knows if anybody will ever actually see this. I still don't have any live viewers right now. So, okay. And this, using a stripped out USB cable is something I saw from Ben Eater. He did it much neater than I did, so now I'm just going to double check that positive to positive to positive to positive. Okay. Negative to negative, negative to negative to negative to negative. Okay. And instead of plugging this into the wall, I'm going to just plug this into a battery pack. So here goes nothing. Okay. Nothing seems to have shorted out. Okay. And then we'll start playing with these pins and not seeing anything with them yet. Okay. Let me just make sure I have power and ground are connected. And I did not I think I wired in anything incorrectly, and I was mistaken. I do need my multimeter again. So, okay, so let me just take this, put that over there, and let's see. Okay, multimeter on 20-volt scale, and checking there, checking there. That's actually interesting. I should be getting 5 volts out of this. Okay, so I'm going to take this. So nothing should be energized right now. Hmm. Okay, I'm going to take the negative lead out and then check the positive. I'm probably going to get some resistance from my hands doing it this way, but oh, it was not on. That was interesting that I was getting. Okay, now I'm getting 5 volts. Okay. Okay. Notice I'm used to using this battery pack with, let me go unplug this, with my cell phone, my what else do I use it for? I've used it for with the Raspberry Pi Pico temperature probe, and I have used it with other items like that. So I guess with digital electronics, like you can see, it just went off. It gives enough of a current draw from initial to keep it powered up. So I'm going to go ahead, plug it back in, turn it on, and then give it a test. Okay, still not getting anything on the matrix. Am I reading the way this thing works backwards? Do I need to? No. Okay. So I'm a little confused about how this works. So what I am going to do is, this should be the negative side. So I'm going to connect just a single pin, hopefully not touch anything else. And I'm going to connect it on this side of the common cathode. And then I am going to take another jumper wire, plug it into the positive rail, connect it there, and let's see. Okay, so now from here with the one pin, you can see that it is working. So 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is where I'm going to have a problem. Without it, okay, let me see if I can find a, yeah, so without um a correct data sheet for this item, I don't know which is which pin goes where, and that is really, even the data sheets I did find don't show that. Yeah, because all the ones that I am showing, it's showing pins along here and then here, not along the bottom. But what I'm finding here is that, okay, so pins 1 and 2 are anode, 3 and 4 are cathode, 5. So they are alternating, which is sort of what I am seeing here. So so this is I'm have this one connected. So this one clearly is a cathode. Now the one next to it, the one next to it is a cathode. The next one is an anode. This is just pure guessing at this point. The next one is a so cathode, cathode, anode, cathode, anode, anode, cathode, and cathode. Okay. Okay, so let's pull all these out. Okay. So the first two, so the first two are, oh, so I have this the other way right now. So if I plug this in this way, so these two are, so the first two are cathode. The next one is an anode. So one, two, three. One, two, three. So three is a anode. Four is an anode. Okay. And there's no rhyme or reason for these colors. Oh no. Three is an anode. Four is a cathode. Okay. There's probably some mathematical reasons for this. I don't know what they are, but I'll just leave it at this and just trial and error. That's basically what this channel is set up for. So first pin, second pin, third is that, fourth isn't, fifth. One, two, three, four. Okay, so the fifth pin is a anode. Three, four. One, two, three, four, five, six. So one, two, three, four. Okay. Just just bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6 is also a anode. 7 is a cathode, and 8 is a cathode. Okay. Okay, so this side is set up correctly now. Okay, and again, starting from this pin, so starting from, okay, I have to make sure I've lined this up correctly. Um, so that is a cathode. Okay. Okay, so to line this up, hopefully that's the right pin. And to the negative rail. Okay, move it out of the way. Glad I didn't cut these down when I was putting them in. Okay, so, nope. Good, so you could see the first, oh wait, first pin is a nope, did that backwards. Wait, nope. So it will, I'm gonna plug it in this way. So that one is, okay, that one is a cathode. That one is, the next one is an anode. Third one is an anode. Fourth one is a cathode. Two, three, 4, 5 is an anode. Oh, sorry, I was not showing this on camera. 3, 4, 5, 6 is a cathode. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 is a cathode, which should be the last cathode. And then 7 and 8. Okay. Okay, go ahead, pull that off. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay. So now if I okay, this isn't making sense now. Okay. So this pin. So starting with here, this white pin, if I put that positive, nothing. Okay, let me make sure. Okay. Yellow, nothing. Green, nothing. Okay, this black one, positive, nothing. Red, positive, that. Blue, nothing. Green, those two. Okay, so this is a two-part item. So now we say green. Okay, so now if I take out that pin, okay, that one and that one go out. Okay, so it's a matter of playing around with each of these, bringing them high and low. Okay, so okay, so let me just okay. So now basically need to do the same thing with the 8-segment display. Now, my understanding with the 8-segment display was that it depends on which digit, which pin, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 8, 9. That doesn't seem to be working. So I am going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to connect this to that side of there, and I'm going to just pick a random pin, and so the so the bottom let me get this. So the bottom row seems to be all anodes. So that first pin is cathode, the second pin is an anode, third pin. So I have one anode right now. So two anodes. So the okay. 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 So okay, I'm gonna pull. Nah, I want to leave that in for right now. Okay, so I'm gonna use these same resistors. Uh, so the bottom is all. So I'm gonna say. So that would be the first pin. The first pin. Did I burn something out already? Nope. Maybe. I may have burnt this out already. Okay, so the middle pin. Oh, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So the first pin. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so those should be the only. Okay, so it's two anodes. Correction, two cathodes. Okay, go ahead and connect that. In theory, okay. Okay, so looking at this, it's going to be a little bit more complicated than I thought because besides, that was odd. There were two lit up a moment ago. Okay. So besides the anodes needing to be turned on and off like in the other 8 segment displays. It would vary which of the cathodes are on or off, it looks to be. Okay, so yeah, so each of these, it would vary how, if it's pulled high or pulled low. So from a, on say a Arduino or an Arduino or a Raspberry Pi Pico, that shouldn't be a problem. You can pull them high or you can pull them low. But okay, I think I'm getting this. Okay. Okay, I think I got this down. So this pin controls that LED, that segment. This pin controls that segment. Okay, so this is making a little bit more sense. And then that pin controls that segment. Okay. This is making a little bit more sense. And my power, I don't know if it's shorting out and turning off, which I hope it's not going. So it's very dim until I turn it on. Okay. So this is getting a little bit more interesting. So I have 3 segments on. Okay. So the way now, if you look, if you've watched any of Ben Eater's videos, you'll see basically what is happening here, because this is similar to how he set up his 8 segment display. So you turn on the digits for the display, and it will display on all 3. So what you would do is, okay, I set this for this one, and these 2 are off. And then a millisecond later, I changed what uh the value is for this one, and these 2 are off. And then a millisecond later, I do this, and you are cycling through each of the items. So now with this, you would need 11 pins to drive this. So you would need the same pins to drive the what would normally be the uh, regular 8 segment display, and then you would need 3 more pins to drive which digit is lighting up. So this could actually be done variety of ways. Again, this yeah, I'm almost an hour into this. So what I can determine, and I'll have to get back to this. So I'm gonna remove the remaining pins here so I can try to get an idea. So I should be able to, oops. Okay. So Now with this, I can go through and turn on each of the segments, and that made a 5. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I should pull those low or just pull them out. Okay. Okay. So this, okay, so that's the bottom segment. This next pin here is the decimal. Okay. This next segment is that side. And this white pin here is okay, that's probably part of the so 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have another pin here? Yeah, I only had 4 at the bottom. Maybe. Let me grab another one. I did have a package open, didn't I? And that's the problem with having, oh, literally right in front of my face. And if anyone was actually watching this, they would have been able to tell me that. Okay. Okay, so at the bottom, there are 2, 3, 4, 5 pins, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So which pin don't I have? Which side? Okay. Okay. So I was missing a pin on that side. Okay. And there are on the top side, don't know where my, oh, there they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins. And the orientation of those 6 pins. Okay. So this pin and that pin should line up, so I should have one extra pin at the end here. And that, if I bring that, okay. Okay, so my pins and my breadboard are not the best. Okay. So what I can do from here is then, let me disconnect this now, is that I can, I'm gonna pull the wiring out, is I could determine the pins that I need, and from there I can take this and a single HC uh, 74 HC 595, and then have each of these pins loaded. So I would have one. Again, this is if I'm using it for the temperature probe, which I bring on the desk right now, except for I probably damage it. I have it over to the side over here because I was working on it earlier. So what I can do is I can take that 74 HC595, load the value for the first digit, run that pin high, load the next digit and load that pin high, and then load the third digit and load that pin high. So then I would only need 5 pins. And I have a fly, sorry about that. I have 5 pins. So it's going to be the data pin for the 74HC595, the clock pin, and then each of the data pin, the clock pin, and each of the uh, individual pins for the digit. Now, that would save some space, and I could possibly do everything on one breadboard where I'd put the uh, and I locked up again. So I'm going to be closing this out soon anyway, so you don't need the audio. So, but what I was saying is that I'd put the Raspberry Pi Pico on one side of the breadboard, and then on the other side of the breadboard, I would put the single 74HC595, and then this 3-digit display. So that's one possibility, and I'm going to be working on different projects for this in the over the summer and past that. So if you go ahead and subscribe, and if you have any comments, just go leave them below because doesn't seem to have anyone watch this. And you go ahead and have a great day.